Would you please divorce my son soon? I feel like a cow or a horse would be fine, as long as it isn't you.
It seems like Mrs. Smith doesn't like me. That's why I'd like to ask you to give me back the money I paid into the building this house.
What? But why all of a sudden?
Trouble Busters!
My name is Melanie. I'm a 31-year-old wife who sincerely regrets living with my husband Logan's parents. I cannot believe I went along with such a terrible decision, but no matter how I regret it, time will not turn back.
I just knew marrying a woman who was over 30 and not taken was a huge mistake. If you're 30 and never got a husband, it's not like you're good enough as a woman. And even more, Logan's living should be enough to make ends meet, but I hear you're a part-time housewife.
I thought it would be a good idea to save up as much as possible for when we have a daughter or son. I also bought a house, ma'am.
What are you saying? Logan was the one who bought the house. You're just living there, aren't you?
Whew, that was awesome. Thanks for waiting, Melanie. Shall we go shopping now?
Oh, going shopping, are you? Splendid.
But more importantly, the two of you are together again. You get along really well, huh?
After all, she is your chosen wife, Logan. I just cannot help but think that Melanie is so adorable.
Is that so? Good for you, Melanie.
Yes, dear.
But Logan, this is unfortunate.
Unfortunate?
Melanie seems to really want to clean the ventilation fan and the drains in the bathroom. I'm sorry, but can you go shopping alone this time, Logan?
Is that so, Melanie?
Yes.
I'll help too, then.
Oh, no. This is our mission as housewives, right, Melanie?
Yes, ma'am. That's right, ma'am.
I see. Well, if that's the case, it's a bad idea to interfere.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. Why don't you go shopping with your father this time?
Eh? With Dad?
George? Oh, George!
What's going on? All this noise early during the day.
How about you get your lazy butt out of the house and go shopping with Logan?
Logan, where are we going?
It's a Japanese products exhibition downtown.
Ho! I think that would be a good chance for a nice drink.
It's decided then. Well then, get going. See you soon. Now, Melanie, I wonder if you could explain to me why exactly you meant to go out with Logan without my permission? Are you all for play and no work? You sure got guts, girl. I guess that's also a result of your parents' education, eh? If so, could you please pass them a message? Thanks to your insensitive daughter, my blood pressure is rising every damn frickin' day. When I was young, I devoted myself to my husband, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law. That's all I thought about was them when I lived. Listen, Melanie, I'm not doing this out of spite for you. Everything is for your sake. I'm going to spend my whole life trying to fix your bad habits. Well then, to the hair salon I go now.
Why should I be the only one who has to go through this? From then on, I worked hard to get myself recognized by Mr. and Mrs. Smith as a worthy wife of their son. I quit my job, which I loved, but that didn't do anything better, either. On the contrary.
In the end, nothing frickin' changes for you whether you continue working or quit.
When in the world will you become a proper housewife, eh?
Even that was used as knives to my heart. However, I couldn't bring myself to tell Logan about all of this. I can't tell him the truth. He thinks that his mother and I are good friends. The two of them always try to be toxic only when Logan isn't around, or when he wears earphones to completely block outside sounds for whatever reason. Oh, no. It's not like the two of them are saying all these harsh things because they want to harass me. All I have to do is to become a wife who's just perfect in their eyes. I'm already past 30, so it's tough for me to remarry. I even gave up my career to push myself to be better. If he abandons me as such, suddenly there'll be nothing left for me. But even if there is something...
Would you please divorce my son soon? I feel like a cow or a horse would be fine as long as it isn't you. Hey, Melanie, why the hell do you wash the dishes with warm water? It's a waste of gas. Freaking running off to work every day. There are plenty of women who can take your place and do better. If you disobey us, we'll freaking throw you out.
It would be best for us if you left because we would be able to use this newly built house more freely, eh?
There's nothing good you can feel proud about because you're Logan's wife.
Good times indeed. Logan, son, are you drinking enough?
Yes, sir, I am.
Hey, Samantha, darling. The onion soup is all gone. So is the beer.
Yes, coming. Hey, enough dawdling, bitch. Shake a leg, will you?
Yes, ma'am, at your service.
I'll carry over the beef stew. You bring over another crate of beer, all right?
Understood, ma'am.
Here we are. This is Samantha's special beef stew with jalapenos.
And here's the beer, ladies and gents.
The stew is truly amazing. Oh, Melanie isn't exactly good at cooking, you see, right, Melanie?
Yes, ma'am.
That's not true. Melanie's. Ah!
I'm so sorry. Oh dear, what a mess.
You can't even bring us a beer properly! What on earth are you doing? Leaving all the preparations and actual cooking to Samantha, girl!
What? Is that true, Melanie?
That would be...
If so, that's terrible. If that's true, why did you quit your job? That question should be evident.
You wanted to slack off, but not on my watch.
You leave it to your kind husband and mother-in-law while you enjoy my self-indulgent life?
What will happen if I said no and denied everything? No one will believe me anyway. Even my husband Logan has taken a negative stance towards me. Is it not possible anymore? I don't want to be swayed by my parents-in-law's lies and get hurt anymore. I wanted to do something about it, but...
That's enough. Look, this time we're out of potato salad, so go get some.
I can't do it. I can't bear it anymore. My body just won't hold up any longer. The move I didn't want to use, but we ballin' now. We ballin' to protect thyself. It seems like Mrs. Smith doesn't like me. Unforgivable. Troublebusters initiate. That's why I'd like to ask you to give me the money back I put into this building.
What? But why? All of a sudden?
But why all of a sudden? That's exactly how I felt when I moved in with Mr. and Mrs. Smith. These two people who had been so kind to me turned into literal demons.
Demons, you say? How dare you?
That's right. You were saying all those things for your own sake.
Didn't really feel like all that at all. From the two of you,
Well, not important anyhow. Nothing's gonna change. You pretty much already said you would leave.
Wait, Mom, don't say that so easily. I have no intention of breaking up with Melanie. What the hell happened, honey? Why did you suddenly start saying things like that?
Every single day that passed, I wondered when would be the right time to bring up the finances that went into this house.
But why is that? Well, I do admit that the attitude of Mom tonight isn't considerate in the slightest, but I was wondering if that was just a mishap because of the relationship between the two of you. Could it be? Was it completely different and you were being abused by my parents?
That's exactly.
There's no way that's true. Enough with the unnecessary comments.
That's right. We were teaching you for your own sake, I say.
I really don't think that's the case.
Right there! Stop with the bullshit!
Just how stupidly ignorant can you be?
Oh, really? Me, ignorant? So is it because I'm ignorant that I receive such words from both of you?
Would you please divorce my son soon? I feel like a cow or a horse would be fine as long as it isn't you. Hey, Melanie, why the hell do you wash the dishes with warm water? It's a waste of gas. Freaking running off to work every day.
What is going on in that pea brain while you live, eh?
What? What the hell is this?
No, Logan, this is not what you think.
The hell you mean, Mom? You're saying horrible things to Melanie.
No. All that was just to get her motivated. I'm definitely not saying these things to intending to hurt her.
It would definitely hurt if someone said such things to anyone. Don't tell me you two did this behind my back.
And psychological harassment is an act that can also be punished for. It's only a matter of who will be more guilty and obtain a criminal record first. My bugging the house or the abuse from my parents-in-law.
This is editing. Strange editing. Malicious editing. I indeed treated Melanie harshly, but that's because I want you to be a good wife. We were attentive to the problems and provided strict guidance.
That's a lie. You were just yelling at me for some conceivable reason to get me out of here, weren't you?
Shut the hell up. Enough being paranoid.
This is also self-justification. Logan, don't let her fool you. This is the kind of woman she was from the beginning. She doesn't appreciate the teachings of her predecessors and attempts to exact her revenge. She even lies to try to trick me. I'm Logan's mother, you know. So to speak, the mother of the man you love. This isn't just my problem. Logan's reputation value is also getting tainted indirectly because of all of this.
Huh? Why is my reputation getting tainted?
You don't like that, do you? You don't like it.
No, I don't like it. But in reality...
Rest assured, the audio data taken by Melanie alone is no proof of any psychological harassment. That child's brought about her own self-destruction. That kid is finished.
Nothing's finished, Mrs. Smith.
No, I will not forgive this. Been keeping an eye on you for so long and you forget your gratitude to try to trick us. Can't live with any wife like that.
At least give her the money back.
Yes, indeed. Even if you say you paid for the house, it's probably around $1,000 at most, right?
What are you talking about, Mom? This house is in the name of Melanie, and we paid for a pre-deposit 60 grand from her savings, you know?
What?
But didn't you buy this house?
There's no way I, an ordinary officeman with an annual income of just over $30,000, can buy a new house in the $500,000 class. Even if I wanted to get a loan, I would be rejected at the screening.
What? Is that your actual annual income, son?
Yes, it is, and I'm pretty ashamed of it, so please don't say too much about it. Anyways, this house belongs to Melanie and Melanie only. So if she demands that you return the money, you have to return it.
No, impossible to suddenly come up with 60 grand.
Can't make do with anything if you got nothing after all.
So how about you move out of my house?
Leave? What an arrogant...
Huh? What's wrong with it, Mrs. Smith? You two were trying to kick me out, weren't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Groundless accusations. Why do you want to make us the bad guys so much?
Not like I want to make you guys the bad guys, since you already are the bad guys.
Oh, the green-haired bitch is so stubborn.
Maybe we aren't pushing hard enough. A new house and a husband and son. For me, you and Logan are my only family. I tried my best to like her seriously, but I couldn't. I really cannot like Melanie.
Looks like we ain't got no choice but to boot her ass from our home.
This was the decisive conversation that made me decide to cut my ties with the two of you.
You even recorded all of that?
I'm sorry, but desperate situations call for desperate measures. In any case, you two monsters were cunning and really made it so that your true nature was nowhere to be found.
I can't believe you even said this!
I feared that if I remained idle, I'd have a mental breakdown, so I decided to abuse my great authority and my ownership of this house to kick you out. Give me back the money I spent on building this house. If you can't do that, leave and never come back.
Seems like chaos is ensuing here, so we'll be going home.
Thank you for the meal today. Please let me know when your problem is resolved again.
Hey, you're not taking our side?
I don't think that's fair, given that we invited you over for drinks. What is with these pricks?
They were the ones who invited us to come.
I'll just never have anything to do with these dicks again.
Good, we'll deal with those two later. So what will you do, eh? Are you going to pay? Are you going to leave?
Where are you telling us to live after you kick us out, eh?
Well, if I know, Mrs. Smith, wouldn't it be appropriate to live in a house that matches your income?
You cocky little banshee! We're living on our pensions over here!
I don't think we're gonna be downgraded to dying under a bridge, but it'll be darn near that for sure. I will not accept that.
Nothing I can do. I can't help but hate and despise the two of you.
And what are you standing around for, all quiet, Logan? Your parents are at risk here!
FYI, I ain't being absent-minded, George.
You are for sure. That's why you ain't saying.
I'm just quietly waiting for Melanie's punishment upon you two to be carried out.
What? Logan? Don't tell me you're going to side with Melanie.
That's what anyone would do after listening to a recording like that. I can't forgive you the most for hurting Melanie, though. And I also can't forgive you for deceiving me either. Melanie, my dear wife, I'm so sorry. I didn't know the situation indeed, but that's no excuse. I couldn't protect you in the slightest.
It's all right, Logan, honey. After all, they've been harassing me all this time when you weren't around, or when you were occupied with something else. I also should have consulted you right away, too. I was scared to find out what would happen in the event you didn't believe me. What if you started to hate me? That's why I didn't take any action until today.
No, there was nothing wrong with you, Melanie. I'm sorry, Mom, Dad, but as of henceforth, I renounce you as my parents.
What? Renounce?
Do you think I can continue our parent-child relationship as before, after finding out my own parents were hurting my precious wife?
I see. Then allow us to apologize. Stand the frick up now!
I don't want to see such stupid, damn insincere apologies.
The hell you mean allow us? You dickheads are truly rotten to the core. I loved both of you before I got married to Logan. That's why I decided I would live with you. I thought buying a house for you was a good idea.
Melanie, dear, I'm truly sorry. I acted like I was trampling on your feelings. I tried to do my best to love and treasure you, but it turned out to be impossible. After all, you are the girl who stole our Logan from us. No matter how many good deeds I tried to do, I couldn't see anything positive return to me at all. In my rational mind, I tried so hard to love you. I tried it so many times. Melanie, once you become a parent, you too will understand. If you have a son, you'll understand. I gave birth to Logan through pain and suffering of my stomach. It's only a treasure that this world cannot be replaced. Why would you want to take that away from me? That's Logan in my eyes.
Enough with the selfishness. Don't justify your own cruelty. Logan is not your property. A child does not belong to their parents. You can't be his guardian forever. George Smith found you, the daughter of a stranger, and married you. That is you to him, Samantha. That would mean that your husband stole you away from your mother and father, wouldn't it? At that time, did George's parents behave in the same despicable manner as you did? Families create families, and those families create families anew. That's how humanity will prosper, is it not?
I'm telling you, even though I understand all that rationally, I couldn't control my emotions.
If so, we have no choice but to part ways, forever. It's really a pity, though. You were supposed to be the parents of a wonderful man named Logan Smith. I just feel shame. Leave now.
Melanie, dear, I cannot promise it'll happen right away, but I'll see to it that Samantha here sincerely apologizes for everything that happened and changes her attitude. So please, let us stay. Hey, Samantha, bow down.
No.
You must.
Why? I haven't done anything wrong. They're saying they won't accept an apology without sincerity, so it's meaningless.
You're really gonna fight a pointless battle to the end? If things continue like this, we'll have to leave.
Get out now! In the end, I didn't know whether it was a mother's pride or a woman's pride, but Samantha never apologized to me. Living together ended, and the Smiths, who were cut away by their son Logan, ended up in a shabby apartment with $200 to rent, without a bathroom or shower. And the couple of bird brains, well...
If you had kept your head down then!
It's not my fault! I don't know how it feels to be a mother who has a son.
These roundabout arguments continue on and on and on, every single day. And by the way, the neighbors who dogpiled me alongside Samantha without knowing anything, Hendrix and Camilla, suffered greatly after their heinous characters were brutally exposed by a gossip-loving mum friend of mine, Sharon. They're facing complete isolation now. After removing all the pus and gunk from our lives, what Logan and I are waiting for now is our long-awaited eldest son, Trevor. Even if this child were to become a husband, I'll not end up like some bitch like Samantha. I'll bless and praise my lovely son from the bottom of my heart and send him flying off into the world, crying tears of joy for him. Trouble Busters.